The grand opening ceremony for the Rise of the Resistance at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in Disney's Hollywood Studios. Hi everyone, this is Herb from World of Walt, and I'm coming to you live from Disney's Hollywood Studios. It's an exciting evening, the eve of the opening of Rise of the Resistance, the long-anticipated e-ticket attraction that completes the creation of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. We're about 10 minutes away from the grand opening ceremony. We don't really know who's going to attend or what we're going to hear, but it is bound to be a celebration for a very long journey that the Walt Disney Company has gone through to launch this new land. Today I had the great fortune to be part of the media event and actually go on Rise of the Resistance a number of times, and I'll tell you, it's epic. I had a chance to see a preview some time ago, and having seen it with my own eyes now, I believe it will live up to all of the hype and the expectations. It really does set a new bar for themed entertainment. It's an attraction that's even hard to wrap your brain around when you ride it, much less trying to explain it if you haven't ridden it before. But I am doing my best to try to explain it, so there's an article up at worldofwalt.com right now. It explains the story and lots of pictures from inside and outside the attraction. I'm very happy to bring it to you. Hey, Karen says, sharing is caring. Thank you for that. Brian says, super excited, can't wait to go on. I'm excited for everyone to get the opportunity to do so. It really is an ambitious attraction. That's something that the Disney CEO Bob Iger said when he charged his company with creating this, be ambitious, and they were very, very ambitious. I think people will be very, very pleased when they get a chance to see Rise of the Resistance with their own eyes. Lindsay said, this is awesome. Thank you, Lindsay. Happy to bring this to you. It's only because you and others watch that I get the opportunity to share this with you, so I'm very thankful. Once the event begins, I'll be quiet so that you and others around me can hear, but until then we can chat back and forth a little bit. Thanks for joining me. Steven says, thanks for the updates. You're welcome. Patricia says, thanks for taking us along. Glad to do it. Bill asked a good question. Are they going to offer fast passes for Rise of the Resistance? They will, but we don't know when. So there is no fast pass available right now. There is a fast pass queue, which is much, much shorter than the standby queue. It's just that it isn't open yet. Paula says, thanks so much. Glad to do it. Carol Ann, hello to you. Thanks for being here. Gary says, thanks for sharing. Happy to do it. A very exciting evening in Disney history. So I've actually had an opportunity to go on the attraction 4 times. I've been very, very fortunate, very blessed to be able to do that. And the first time I went on, I walked off and I was pretty much speechless. It's hard to fathom everything that comes at you so fast in this attraction, which takes about 18 to 20 minutes to go through. There are walkthrough pieces, there are watching pieces, there are ride-through pieces, and they all fit together in this one story. Earlier today I had a chance to interview one of the executive producers with Lucasfilm, Doug Chang, and he shared a summary of the story as well as some of the thoughts on building it out over the past 5 years, a long journey. Tabitha is going to be here on Saturday. I hope you get a chance to check it out. Cindy asked, is there a single rider line? There is not. So there is a fast pass line, which is not active right now, and then there is a standby queue. And oh my, it is a long standby queue. It looks very Star Wars inside, lots of things to look at as you are waiting. I've heard some people say that the wait times could reach 5 or 7 hours, so we'll see what happens. Tomorrow will be a big day. Kimberly just left on Saturday. Hope you had a great visit. Ryan says, is it similar to Avatar in Animal Kingdom? I would say in the fact that it's a groundbreaking type of attraction that makes you feel like you're in a different time and place. It is similar to Avatar, Flight of Passage in that way. But as far as the experience itself, it's very different. This is not a 3D experience. While there are screens, it's not really a ride where you are primarily looking at a screen. You are walking through different sections, you are on different vehicles, you are spinning and falling and riding, so a very different sort of idea. Michael says, is today the grand opening? So this is the grand opening ceremony, scheduled to take place in about 5 or 10 minutes, but the first day that Rise of the Resistance is open to the public is tomorrow. Gina's got 9 more days. I hope you might get an opportunity to check out Rise of the Resistance. I think for those who are able to check it out, you're going to be very impressed. Michelle said, can't wait. Joe from Minnesota, how's it going? Hope you are having a good day. Hope it's not too cold and snowy up north for everyone. It was a little bit chilly here in Florida, maybe in the 50s, but it's a beautiful day, beautiful evening here. Amy asks, is the ride scary? So there are moments where the ride is intense. I think the minimum height is 40 inches, if I remember right. So it's not one for little kids. And there are intense moments with Kylo Ren. If you've seen any of the Star Wars movies, you know he's kind of an intense and foreboding character, and that definitely comes through in the attraction. But I wouldn't say it's scary in the sense that there's nothing that pops out at you. There's nothing that really startles you. It's more a foreboding type of ride. Foreboding type of ride. John says he has got snow where he is. Happy to bring you a little bit of Florida weather your way. Renee is going to be there bright and early tomorrow morning. I hope you have a great trip, great visit. Hope you get a chance to check out Rise of the Resistance. Joe said, warmed up to the 30s in Minnesota. Pretty warm for December. Well, that's good. Hope you got a little break. Stephanie says, is there live Kylo Ren and troopers in Rise of the Resistance? So no, there is not. Everything is either an audio animatronic or it is a screen. Kevin says, is the ride 3D? Not in the sense that you wear 3D glasses, it is not. So there are a lot of elements in the ride that are physical sets, that are three-dimensional audio animatronics, but it's not the 3D ride in the sense that you put on glasses. So Susan asked, which park are we in? We are in Disney's Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. This is Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and we are here for the grand opening ceremony of the brand new e-ticket attraction, Rise of the Resistance. Excuse me. Ann says, thanks for bringing the grand opening, watching in New Jersey. Thanks for that. Stephanie says, sweet, can't wait to see it. Charlotte sees Air Force One. This is kind of like Air Force One in the year 2300, I think. So Stephen asked a good question. Are you actually in a ride vehicle? So it's almost a little bit hard to explain, but yes, there are actually multiple ride vehicles in Rise of the Resistance. So the first one you get into is a troop transport, which you stand in, about 40 people with you, and it sort of rocks gently back and forth as you are flying through space. You get out of that vehicle, you're in some components where you walk through, and eventually you do get into another ride vehicle, a trackless vehicle that holds 6 people. Kelly's asking, what is an e-ticket? Sorry, that's sort of an old-time Disney term when there were separate tickets to go on each individual ride. E-ticket was the designation for the most exciting rides in the park. So oftentimes, even though there are no more tickets for individual rides, we'll refer to those sort of headliner, big, exciting attractions as an e-ticket attraction. And this would definitely qualify. Chris said, sharing the stream. Chris, thank you for that. I appreciate everybody who comments. It's fun to talk back and forth. Also, appreciate the shares and the likes. Steven says, how long does a ride last? About 18 to 20 minutes, but there are some spots where there can be holding, and you may go longer than that. Okay, we got a few folks coming on stage here. Let's see what's going on. Looks like some people working on the ships here. Kathy says, will there be Fast Pass? There will be, but there is not now. Leanne says, thanks for sharing, glad to do it. My voice is a little scratchy, sorry about that. I'm feeling pretty good, but don't sound so great. I think my voice is an octave or two lower than normal. Hi, Stephanie. Welcome to the live stream. Hugo wants to go to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. I got some more people coming on stage, bringing stuff, Star Wars stuff. Leanne says I sound stuffy. Yeah, I think I sound worse than I feel. I'm feeling pretty good. Melissa asked, when does it open to the public? Tomorrow is the big day. Kathy says, thanks for the answer. You are very welcome. Keith says, how does one get a monthly pin in their mailbox? Oh, thank you for the prompting question. If you want a little bit of Disney fun delivered every month, check out pinofthemonthclub.com. Amy says, do you go upside down? No, there is no upside down parts. Heidi says, is any part of it a simulator? Yes. There is a part where your ride vehicle isn't something that looks, well, it doesn't look like a simulator, but it is a simulator. And it's a part where you are dropping away from the Star Destroyer and sort of gliding back in an escape pod to Earth. Renee says, hear anything about drones flying overhead? So I have heard those rumors, but I don't know if that's going to happen. There's been a rumor that may happen actually during this event. We'll see. Emily says, very excited. Thanks for the broadcast. You are welcome. So I was happy to bring you several different articles today over at worldofwalt.com. There's one about the queue, which is very extensive, lots of pictures. And then there's another one about the ride itself. We'll see how things go after this opening ceremony, if I can make my way over to the ride. I don't know if they'll let me on, and even if they do, I don't know how long I'd be able to broadcast. Or if I'll get a good connection, but I may give it a go. So hang on after the ceremony. We'll see what we can get into when it comes to the Rise of Resistance. Richard said, what is the weather like? It's actually beautiful tonight. I'd say probably the 60s, maybe upper 50s, my wild guess. It's a beautiful, clear evening, not too cold. Hello, Troy from Gainesville. He's got 3.5 hours to go. Tracy says, does it feel anything like the drop in the Tower of Terror? There is a component where your escape pod near the end of the attraction does drop away from the Star Destroyer, and you have that sort of dropping feeling, but not as intense as Tower of Terror. Renee says, thank you. You are welcome. Mark says, thanks for what you do. Learned a lot from the live broadcast. You are welcome, Mark. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks to everyone for being here. Shani, thank you for sharing. Lori says, where are we? We are at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Doug says, is this a media event only tonight? Yes, it is. It's sort of hard to see. I'll try to turn around. It's probably going to be too dark, but there are literally hundreds of people from all over the world here at this media event. It's probably difficult to see, probably just seeing blackness. Very exciting. Hello, Chris. Thanks for being here. Melissa says, how is the ride if you get motion sickness? So there is a lot of motion in this ride for sure. There are parts where you're in a vehicle that are spinning, turning. There is a simulator type of experience. So if you get motion sick, I would maybe check out a ride through and just be prepared. Kathy said, do they have special merchandise? Yes, in fact, they do. There is some special merchandise just for Rise of the Resistance, and I'll be bringing you an article about that. Steve says, is Lester Holt here? I do not know. Brian said, you got a good spot. Thank you. Okay, we got some folks up here on the stage who are doing Star Wars-y kind of things. Kenton, Rising Moons, do you? Hello, Chip from Kentucky. Excited to go on ride Rise of the Resistance. I think you'll be impressed. Heather said, is it like Mission Space? No, so it's not a spinning sort of attraction, not gravity like that. Denise asked, Baby Yoda, I have not spotted him at Rise of the Resistance. Amy says, what's the story behind the ride? So you are part of the Resistance, and you have some plans about their base, and you need to keep them safe from the First Order, but you are captured by the First Order and need to escape. That's about the quick summary version. But it's a very complicated and extended story inside the ride with so many things to see, so much coming at you. Michael says, when does it open to the public? Tomorrow morning is the big day. Tasha from Maine, thanks for joining me. Velda in Alabama, hello. I got a lot of characters here in front of the ship. Let's see what's going on. Patrick says, always at the right place at the right time. Thank you. Happy to bring it to you. Chris said, where in the park are we located? This is not far from the exit of Rise of the Resistance. I would say kind of halfway between Rise of the Resistance and Millennium Falcon. Susan says, how long is Rise of the Resistance? About 18 to 20 minutes. It can go a little bit longer because there are certain spots where you're held between scenes, probably just depending on crowds and the functioning of the attraction. All right, let's see what's going on. Looks like they got their ship going.
Resistance units here on Batuu. To our new recruits, thank you for answering the call. You've joined us at a critical time. We managed to stay just beyond the reach of the First Order, but now we believe our location may have been compromised. So time is running out. We are readying transports that will take you to rendezvous with General Organa. As you may have seen, you will be escorted by some of the finest pilots in the Resistance. Speaking of which, here to brief you is Squad Captain Brenna Larkin. Captain, we're all yours.
Absolutely, thank you. You'll be joining the other recruits to rendezvous with General Organa. We will do everything we can to make sure that you arrive there safely. You'll have us as an escort with Commander Poe Dameron flying point. You're in good hands. So, excited for your first day?
Yeah! Captain, what's the status?
Ship's fueled, crew's on deck, you're good to go.
We came to Batuu to reignite the Resistance. In your faces, I see courage, honor, in some uncertainty, even fear, but in everyone, I see resistance! Burning as fierce in you as it is in me. I stood with Princess Organa against an empire. Today, we stand with General Organa against an order! Let's make it the last of its kind! So they know we're here. Let's give them a fight. They think we'll quit. Let us show them that they are wrong. They are led by darkness and evil. We are led by heroes. It's time to step up and join them. We're not all that's left, but we're the ones the rest are waiting for. We are the Resistance! All right, everyone, remain in this location. Captain Larkin, you want to say any words in closing?
Absolutely, sir. Resistance! Ignite the spark!
Light the fire! Again, everyone, remain in this location. Pilots and crew, suit up and gear up.
Let's move!
Let's get your mission underway.
Please welcome Chairman of Disney Parks, Experiences and Products, Bob Chapek.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Batuu on this chilly evening. Star Wars has held a special place in our hearts for fans and families around the world, for more than 40 years. From the moment that first screen call appeared in 1977 to the premiere of The Mandalorian on Disney Plus just a few weeks ago, we have been captivated by its fantastic worlds, irresistible heroes and villains, incredible creatures, and epic stories. Each generation has made Star Wars their own. And every Star Wars fan, including me, has ever wanted to do is to experience it firsthand. And that's exactly what this land is all about. And since opening at Disneyland Resort earlier this year, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge has exceeded our and our guests' expectations. The land, its attraction, its merchandise, and even its music have been recognized over and over again, winning numerous awards from a host of media outlets and industry organizations. Tonight we're welcoming the world to experience the Star Wars universe like never before, with the opening of the most ambitious, the most immersive, the most advanced, high-energy attraction we've ever created, Star Wars: Rise of the Resistance. Rise of the Resistance is unlike anything you've ever experienced before. In fact, we threw out the rule book when designing this attraction, just like George Lucas did when he created the story that brings us all here today. Star Wars: Rise of the Resistance can only be described as epic. You'll be drawn into a sprawling Star Wars story that blurs the lines between fantasy and reality with breathtaking special effects, vivid and meticulous detail, and surprises around every turn. And it's all part of an epic battle between the Resistance and the First Order. This is immersive, experiential storytelling on a massive cinematic scale. How massive? Well, Star Wars: Rise of the Resistance is one of our longest attractions ever, housed in one of our largest show buildings ever, and powered by some of the most advanced technology that we have ever put into our parks. Simply put, Star Wars: Rise of the Resistance sets a new standard for what a theme park experience can be, just like Galaxy's Edge itself. Here, you can live your very own Star Wars adventure. And since opening at the Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resorts, Galaxy's Edge has welcomed millions of guests and is already amongst the top-rated lands at both sites. And of course, none of this would be possible without the team at Walt Disney Imagineering who created this amazing attraction. Thank you and congratulations. There is a cast member at the heart of every magical Disney experience, and that's certainly true here at Galaxy's Edge. So, I want to thank the amazing Walt Disney World team, and especially the citizens of Batuu who have breathed life into this amazing land. And now, as we prepare for tomorrow's opening, it's my honor to invite guests to live their very own Star Wars adventure.
And now, please experience your own Star Wars story throughout every corner of Star Wars: Galaxy's Edge.
All right, there you have it, the grand opening ceremony for Rise of the Resistance here at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in Disney's Hollywood Studios. I am going to, when the crowd clears, try to make my way over to Rise of the Resistance, and we'll see if we can take a peek inside, at least partially. So it will probably take some time for the crowd to clear out. We'll see how it goes. So Bob Chapek, the leader of the Disney Parks, Resorts and Experiences, hit on some key points that have been mentioned many times about this, that it is immersive, that it is grand storytelling on an epic perspective, and that it is ambitious. And I think all those things are definitely true. Rebecca Kelly says, thank you, you are welcome. Very happy to do it. All right, let's see if we can make our way over towards Rise of the Resistance and get a peek inside. I don't know if this will work on many levels, but we're going to try it. Mike says, thanks for your work on this. For all who couldn't be there, Mike, and it's my pleasure. Thank you very much for joining me today. Michelle says, this is awesome. All right, we have a lot of people who have turned around, and I was close to the stage, but I am far from the attraction, so let's see what we can do to get there. Kim says, thank you and good luck. Crystal says, thanks, can't wait to see it next week. Troy said, fun place to be. This is a very exciting day in Disney history. So we aren't too far from Rise of the Resistance. We'll see how close we can get. Patrick says, how about a late night shameless plug? Patrick, you get the award today for prompting the shameless plug for the Pin of the Month Club. So if you want a little bit of Disney fun delivered to your home every month, check out pinofthemonthclub.com. Shawnee says, thanks, you are welcome, Shawnee. Jeff says, if I don't ride tonight, will I be there tomorrow morning? Actually, I will not be there tomorrow. So I have been at the media event all day yesterday, all day today. Yesterday was about Epcot. I had a chance to go and see with my own eyes the still under construction Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. Also had a chance to experience an early cut of the Beauty and the Beast sing-along that is coming to the France Pavilion. So look for more information on those at worldofwelt.com. I was able to publish some articles there. Troy didn't miss the plug. So yeah, it's interesting how much is changing at Epcot. Exciting time. Robin says, would like to come sooner than August as planned. I hope you get an opportunity to come soon. Got a few people with their lightsabers out. Charlie said, basically a longer updated version of Universal Spider-Man. So I have been on the Universal Spider-Man attraction a long time ago, and I would say in the sense that is a groundbreaking experience. Rise of Resistance is also a groundbreaking experience. I would say that there's a lot more kind of different experiences going on in this attraction. So the turret is where we're headed. We'll see if we can get up here. So it's a little dark. Sorry, the picture's a little blurry.
I had to buy it from the camera. Guys, sorry.
I actually don't see people getting in. There's a lightsaber going by right there. Okay, so the entrance is right there. I can see it in my grasp. But they're sort of directing people down this way, so we'll see what happens. Ashley said, any word on Runaway Railway? It is coming on March 4th. That was one of the announcements made, and great attraction, I believe. I had a chance to see a preview of it today. I saw the cartoon short on which the attraction is based, which is called Perfect Picnic. Also had a chance to hear the theme song, see the remodeled interior of the Chinese theater. So can't wait for that one. I think that is also going to be a groundbreaking attraction. All right, so people are getting directed this way. I don't really know what this means, but we'll hang out for a while. Actually, I think we may be getting directed away from Rise of the Resistance, so perhaps it is not open right now. But we'll walk into Batuu here at Galaxy's Edge, just sort of wandered around a little bit. Marjorie said, excited for a chance to see this. Thank you for joining me for it. So I was thinking we might have a chance to get on the attraction, but it looks like maybe not. So we'll just go wander in Batuu a little bit.
I think we passed her. I think they had remember, I saw back there. I think
Looks like some of the resistance citizens are out today. Lucy says, thank you, you are welcome. So a lot of folks in this area were here for the grand opening ceremony, now headed back into Batuu.
We're running full transports to get recruits from here to the rendezvous with General Organa. Now, there's a first order ship parked up there. So we have Commander Poe Dameron, Mexican escort, to an interview. The usual. Hey, how's everything?
Okay, so I'm not sure what that means, if the attraction is up or not. They're kind of directing people away from it, so I'm assuming not. Thank you. All right, everyone, that might be it for tonight. If I do have an opportunity to take in the attraction, I will do so. I think there's going to be a many hour wait for this attraction for the foreseeable future. I'm also not sure what the regulation is going to be regarding getting on the attraction and using video device. During the media event, there was no videotaping allowed, no photography allowed of the part of the ride that's in a trackless ride vehicle, which is probably half of the experience and probably the most exciting part of the experience. So we'll see what I can do to bring it to you, but I have done my best to put together a couple articles, which are over at worldofwalt.com, explaining the attraction, providing as many photos as I could, also using some photography provided by Disney and some videos provided by Disney. Again, had an opportunity to speak to Doug Chiang, who is an executive with Lucasfilm, has worked on Rise of Resistance for the past 5 years, so it was great to hear his thoughts about this coming together today. If I may have an opportunity to take in some of the attraction later tonight, I will, so if you haven't, you might want to turn on notifications on Facebook. There's probably a little menu somewhere where you can say turn on notifications. That way Facebook will let you know when I go live. But if I can't make that happen, then please go over to the site, check out the different material that I've posted. And thank you so much for joining me here today. Thank you for all the comments, for all the thumbs ups and the likes, and especially the shares. I know you're probably going to be tired of me saying it, but it's only because you do that I get to do this. So thank you so much for supporting me in this and allowing me the opportunity to share all this fun with you. So, as they say in Batuu, rising moons. And I hope you all have a great night. And until next time, which at a minimum will be on Saturday, God bless everyone.
Fire!